day 3 of Independence, and I've got the original Rude Boys in the cottage. Sean and Rob, hello and welcome.
Thanks for having us. It's exciting to be here. First interview ever in a cottage.
Yeah, it's quite cosy in here, I have to say. It's very warming, loving when you walk in. It's a nice place.
Yeah, everybody's been saying I should be offering cups of tea. You know, there should be, a bit of cake on the table.
There should be a pot of tea on the boil at all times.
It would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
It would have been.
My apologies for my poor manners, Sean.
Don't worry about it. Just don't get it right next time, yeah?
Okay, so it's your first time at Independence, isn't it?
No.
We played it last year.
We did.
In this, what was the name of the tent? The big top
It
tent?
was the tent that wasn't the main
tent,
stage.
Yeah, but it was
It's just the first time on the main stage, so it'll be
Yes,
great.
first time coming back to be able to do the main stage and stuff, and it's great line. It's an even better. It's always been a good lineup, but it's an even better lineup this year, I think. And it's we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's amazing to have a sold out weekend here in Mitchelstown. It's just brilliant.
It's fantastic. We've been plugging it every time that we do radio and stuff, so to come down and hopefully the crowd is out in the rain and it's a good show.
They will be. Of course they will be. You guys have spent so much time touring, and you've done some really high-profile tours. You're away with a script for a long time, and the UK has loved you. Is that sort of the next focus, is to go back to the UK?
Absolutely. We done our own UK headline tour there, 8 dates, and we were fortunate for them to sell out. So
Congratulations.
thank you. The next album will be wrote and recorded over in the UK, and of course it's going to be released in Ireland, and we're hoping for a UK release as well, so sort of spreading it out a bit.
When are you hoping for that?
It's not official, but probably April of next year is a rough month.
Quite rough, but we'll just say early next year, because we plan on
next
getting
year.
the album finished by the end of this year. We've been jumping in and out of the studio when we get the time from touring, and we're going back over in a couple of weeks to a studio in London to do a bit more writing and a bit more recording, and then hopefully we can have the album dusted off and we'll be happy with it by the end of the year, so we can start planning its release date.
That's great. That's pretty quick considering how busy you've been. I mean, 2012 was just really solid, you with the singles, EPs and albums. So
It has been crazy. This album we have a lot more comfort on it. The first album was 10 tracks recorded in 10 days. So this one we've a couple of
it's
months.
like the Pixies when they did Bossa Nova. It was like...
It was crazy. I mean, we were just thrown into it. We didn't know how these things worked, and we were like, okay. But now that the first album's done really well, we sort of have a bit of pulling power, and we want to take our time and make something that we can be really proud of.
Wow.
Not that we're not proud of the first album. We love it, but like we feel with this second album that we've had more time and we've had 2 years behind us gigging, that we've matured a lot as songwriters and musicians as well. So to get back into the studio and we know what we want from our sound, we kind of want to make it bigger and try and expand it to an international level.
I think everybody loves the fact that you really hear your accents when you're singing, when you're rapping, singing, however you want to sort of put it. It's amazing to have that intact. A lot of people put on an American accent when they do.
They do. I mean, like, one of the first rules of hip hop is keep it real, So with these dudes putting on American accents, it's sort of cringy, but in relation to the accents, it goes down really, really, really well abroad, which is great. When we done the script tour, we didn't even have to sing. We just said, "How's it going? We're from Dublin." It's just the accents won them over. So it's
There was a recent poll, I don't know if you saw it, just in the past week. Apparently the Irish accent is considered the sexiest accent in the world now. Next to Italy is second, and I think then the French have been bumped to third.
Listen, they've got great football teams. Give us just the one thing. Give us the accent.
We suck at football, so
We hate the accents, don't we?
we don't even make it to major tournaments most of the time. So if we can have the little platform of being the best drinkers and with the best accents, we'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally, it's great. So you were just over in Australia, weren't you?
We were, yeah. We done 4 arenas over there with the script lads, and our record got released over there, and we hope to return at the end of the year, hopefully. Again, don't quote me on that. It's all up in the air at the moment, but we hope to return and do our own show there.
It's amazing though when you can do what you love and then get to see the world, especially when the parts of the world are sunny.
It's fantastic. It's a great excuse. It's a holiday. We tell people it's hard work, but it's really not.
No, see, when we got to Australia, like we didn't really, like, we were working so much and doing a lot of promo with the album being released and doing the gigs, that we didn't really get to see a lot of Australia. I mean, we caught 11 flights in 9 days, so you don't really, if you're spending most of your time at the venue and on a plane, we didn't get to see. So hopefully, if we get to go back this time, do our own tour, we'll get to explore a little bit of Australia and
Spend less time in airport security.
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean,
Because
like-
that Australian airport security they are hard asses.
Stern,
They are
but fair.
stern but fair.
But
That is-
very
yeah,
fair.
but very fair.
Yeah, well, I could tell you the insides and outs of Australian airports. I know all about them, all the hot spots. I don't actually know anything about Australia. Haven't seen it.
Well, another thing to look forward to at the end of the year, fingers crossed. So with the new album, one of the things that I think that really stood out on the past album is just how positive the lyrics are. Has that sort of optimistic, positive outlook is that there? You know, a lot of the lyrics are quite inspirational.
I think that's just where we were coming from. We write about, you know, what we're doing in the moment, and at the time, some of us were unemployed, others were working jobs we didn't like, and we got this amazing opportunity. So I think the lyrics speak through that opportunity. It was just really positive, and we wanted to give that back to other people.
Yeah, it was pretty much like our whole basis on the first album was to make an album about everyday trials and tribulations of life, normal life, and through the album we've tried to touch on certain subjects, and hopefully people have listened to them and, you know, connected to them or took something from the lyrics. But on the second album we'll be trying to keep some of the same as well. We want the realism in our songs just as much as you want that smash hit to be never stopped played on the radio, but you still want to have that, you know, depth in your song as well.
Integrity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, well, it sounds like the next year is going to be pretty amazing for you. Delighted to have you back at Independence, and of course the main stage is going to be brilliant.
Hopefully. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. The original Rude Boys.